Hi, welcome to the Cooldown Vroom. I'm Maria.
I'm Vicky.
Taylor.
And Emmy.
And we're going to be going over just a couple of things today, talking about like liveries, helmets, season predictions, and also how we became friends. Vicky, you want to start us off?
We all met through an online Facebook group called Girls Across the Grid, and we're all going to the U.S. Grand Prix down in Austin, and through different means and ways, all ended up connecting and watching the race together on Sunday.
So after seeing everyone post about the livery reveals, what were y'all's top 3 favorite liveries?
I will go first. Mine are pretty basic anyway. So number 1, V-Carb. It reminds me of the Toro Rosso livery, and it's just, I love it. The metallic blue, it actually has color, unlike all the carbon black that we see in most of the cars. So number 1, V-Carb. 2 is Ferrari. They really ran with the Lightning McQueen theme. It reminds me of Lightning McQueen, the yellow and white on it. It's great. And then McLaren. I do like the black. I'm in the minority and I liked the blue on it, but I do like the orange and the black. So those are my 3.
I also liked the blue last year, and I'm kind of sad that they got rid of it, but happy they brought some chrome into the numbers. But my top 3, I feel like my number 1 was Stakes because I love lime green and I think it looks really sick. And obviously McLaren. I love McLaren. I am sad that they took the blue out, but again, happy that they put the chrome into the livery one way or another and kind of changed the font of the numbers too. And Ferrari, love how they took the red and kept it, but added in the yellow stripes to it and then put the black carbon fiber into the side pods. So I think the aerial views are going to look really good for that.
Fully agree, which is why Ferrari is my second, but like Taylor, V-Carb is my first. And
V-Carb!
Is because of the pullback to Toro Rosso and because I got to see the launch live. So I feel like no matter what, even if it was the ugliest car on the grid, it would still be my favorite car. Just because
story time.
I saw it. Ferrari is my second one. Ferrari's not normally good at incorporating the yellow, but that little like stripe that they did, because I loved those full yellow suits, but I also hated the full yellow suits with a burning passion. So that little incorporation of the yellow was probably the best way that they've incorporated the yellow in a hot minute. And then
Agreed.
Kick was my third one because we just didn't know what to expect from them. Like we saw the green in their teasers and such, but with all the carbon fiber this year, I didn't actually expect that much of that bright green on it, and it's going to look really good in night races.
Oh yeah.
Emmy?
So for me, I have Vicar first too. I just feel like it's vibrant color, so I love it. I have Williams for my second one. It's not the most colorful car, but I feel like it looks different and I like it. And I think like my favorite thing will always be the Duracell battery on it. It looks so cool.
Yes.
Yeah. And Red Bull, of course. I know it's the same, but it looks like a winner car because it is. So, you know. So yeah, those
Same
are my top
livery
3.
for how many years have they had that livery for? Like
how many years?
Forever, basically.
It's
But speaking of Red Bull though, did y'all see where they posted like where you could see an interactive version of their car and like what they changed? No? Okay. They made a post about that. I got an email for it. And if you click on the rear wing, it said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't usually ever click into the emails, but for funsies, I was like, yeah, I'm going to look at this one. And I think the rear wing comment was my favorite. But what were y'all's favorite helmets that have been revealed so far?
I'm obsessed with Pierre Gasly's helmet. I love it. It's perfect. I love it. I don't know what it is about it, but the color, I love it. I'm obsessed. That's a mini helmet I will definitely be getting. I love it.
The blue is really
I love
pretty.
it.
Emmy, what was yours? Top 2.
Max, of course. I just love that he added chrome to it. It looks pretty cool. Logan's. I feel like Logan's was really nice. And then with the suit and everything, it looks pretty cool. Albon, because I did see someone on Twitter doing a thread of like, he has a new logo. So someone came up with like all the different meanings that behind there, like his new logo, and it was pretty cool. If you look at all the things he got to put in something that you maybe don't even notice unless like someone goes through it, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw that thread because it big connection to like his Thai side with the way that like the letters were designed was also supposed to look like something from the Thai alphabet as well. So that was cool to see just like how many different parts that he included in.
Yeah, you can even find the F1 logo there. I saw like 6 different things that you can get from his logo, and it looks so simple, but it has like a lot of things that
It's Where's Waldo Helmet Edition.
truly.
I do miss his old logo though. I loved his old logo. It was so cool.
Vicky, what were your top helmets?
My top helmet was Daniel's purely for like the honey badger on the back. Like that was, it's just a cute little like, I don't know. It's fun and it's just like representative of him, I would assume. Hopefully. I don't know how I missed Pierre's helmet until right now, but that thing is that is my number 3 helmet, and my number 2 is Max's, just because of that like drawback to his first season. Feels special.
The chrome is good. I don't know. I'm just a sucker for chrome though.
Yeah, I do like the chrome.
But Max is not in my top 3 for helmet design.
Me neither.
Lando's number 1 for me.
The cheetah print one.
So, it's not cheetah print. I love it.
It looks like it.
It looks like cheetah print.
It looks like lime green cheetah print.
Actually, it's like highlighter yellow, but
Whatever. Same difference.
Okay.
I don't know. I like soft curves a lot, like the irregular circles. I love that. I love the blobs. I'm a fan of a blob.
The blobs. I love his helmet because I love the blobs.
I like how he incorporated his name into it, but like you don't really know it's there unless you really look for it. And then Logan's my number 2 because I think the matte finish with the design looks so good. Very fresh, very clean. I just want to see what it looks like after a race, after all the bugs though.
I missed the fact that you can see Lando's name in his helmet. Now I have to look at it.
Yeah, it's on the, if you're looking at it like face forward, it's on the left side, but if he's wearing it, it's on the right side. My third was a tie between Charles and Pierre's, but I'm a sucker for glitter on a helmet or like any sort of sparkle. So I went with Charles for my third.
Okay, yeah, I do like Charles' helmet.
It's really
It's
pretty.
just so red.
Really cool that Lando's sister's riding helmet.
I know.
Yeah,
It
that is
matched.
very cute.
Like that's super cute.
I saw a video of them making the helmet and I was like, oh, that's kind of a weird helmet because I didn't know it was for his sister. And then I saw like a couple days later she had posted it. I'm like, oh, that's
It
what
makes
that was
sense.
for.
Well,
She's
I
a big
saw
fan
that
of the
video before I
blobs,
saw
too.
his helmet. What's wrong with the soft curves?
Exactly. I know, right?
Soft curves.
Whatever. Get
Big
off my
fan
back.
of blobs.
We'll make that a sticker.
Get off my back.
So anyways, what are some season predictions that you have not pertaining to like World Championship or constructors?
Mine are ones that everybody's gonna say, so I didn't go very like out there with mine. Okay. So 1, because I will die on this hill and manifesting this into existence, Daniel Ricciardo to Red Bull. 2, Fernando gets his 33rd win. 3,
Hopefully.
we will get a McLaren 1-2 at some point.
I love that last one.
I know you would.
See, I also had Daniel to Red Bull as my first prediction, but my stipulation was by Spa because I'm convinced it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And Spa will be his first race with Red Bull.
I
don't know if I'm
would
manifesting that
die.
for us being there, or like I don't know why that's because it's also middle of the season. So I'm convinced that that's how it's going to happen.
Bye-bye, Checo.
My second prediction is that Oscar will win a full GP race before Lando.
Oh, that's
I'm
spicy.
taking No comments, no questions for that. And then my third one,
Just
is
all
that there will
concerned.
be- my third prediction is that there will be 5 different race winners, or at least
Wow.
I wrote at least.
I like
I don't know
that.
why I'm convinced that's going to happen, but I am convinced it's going to happen. I have
I'm not,
basis
but
for
okay.
that
Convinced it
because
needs to
regulations
happen.
have not changed.
Yes.
But
It needs to happen. Will it happen?
It needs to happen.
Probably not.
Will it happen? I'm manifesting
not.
a whole different thing.
Clearly,
Yeah,
we
we
see
know.
that.
why don't you go ahead and tell us what your predictions are, Emmy?
Look, just to make it any different, I didn't put any Max predictions in here because we all know he's gonna win all
Good.
24 races, right? Okay, so
No. No.
this is
God,
not a
no.
prediction; it's a fact. So, I have that Liam will replace Yuki. Like at the end of
okay.
2024. Not, I don't think it's gonna be like middle of the season. Just like his contract is expiring this year, so he's out and Liam's joining. Or maybe he's going to be replacing Danny since he's gonna be taking.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Because he's going to Red Bull.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Good prediction.
I have that Kimi Antonelli is going to be announced to Mercedes, and that Hulkenberg will get a podium. I don't know. I just feel like last year we saw some things that gave me some hope.
I feel like my 5 different race winners is more likely than Hulkenberg getting a podium. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
Probably. It's only because that Haas is just bad.
Yes.
But in his earlier seasons with Renault, like, he was not doing bad. Like, he did Brazil 2012 is one of my favorite races, and he did very good in that race until like somewhere in the last 10 laps where he spun out in the rain.
Yeah, they just, maybe this year will be different. Speaking of things that need help, Logan, I think he's going to potentially get a contract extension, whether that's for a year or 2 years. I know, Taylor, I know. This is my hot take prediction.
Make your Delulu the Salulu.
I don't know. I think because they are so willing to help him develop as a driver is important, but also helps me think that it could happen for them to want to extend another year. We'll see how he performs this year. Maybe the helmet will give him real speed.
I feel like it's going to be kind of like last year.
Insert the bald eagle sound.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's amazing. I feel like it might be like last year. I remember someone asked James about like Logan's future, and he said like he has some things that he needs to do first in order for us to make a decision. And I feel like it's probably going to be something related to, even if you're not winning races or even getting podiums or anything, like if we see that you're actually, like the last few races he got so unlucky because he got caught on so many DRS trains, like, so I feel like they can see that there's potential. And I mean, he got a point, so I feel like that helped them actually make
on accident. He didn't really earn it, let's be real.
Well, but even then, he was P12. It's not like he wasn't, like last or anything. So I feel like if they see the potential, then
if he crashes less and ends up in the higher end of the point of the lower half of the no point, so like in the 10 to 15 range instead of the 15 to 20 range, I think that's gonna, people only look at points, not really understanding that like the first 8 out of the 10 points are pretty much taken by Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, and now McLaren. So that only leaves 9th and 10th for any other team to have a shot at. So that like midfield of 10 to 15 really does show a lot about a driver.
I think it also depends on how good Williams' car is, because if their car's better, bye-bye, Logan. Like, you're not helping us. So
the car wasn't bad last year. Alex did good things with that car. Just throwing that out there.
And Logan was
and we gotta remember that he was a rookie last year, and like Alex has lots of F1 experience, so.
But so was Oscar.
But he had a better car at the end. Yeah.
Granted, yes, but Oscar was also a rookie. That's all I'll say about that.
Had some wins. Yeah.
With Williams, I'm going to finish my 2 predictions because Williams is one of them. I think that Alex is actually going to be in the top 10 by the end of this year because of how well and how hurt his back was from carrying the team a little bit. But I also think that Vicky, you had brought it up, the Mercedes seat, or was it Emmy?
I have that Kimi's taking the Mercedes seat.
So I have Liam Lawson taking that seat because he showed his potential. I know. I think he could do it.
I mean, Lewis is
imagine
Ferrari,
that duo.
So we everything is up in the air.
Well, and also, okay, so you said Alex in the top 10. So for context, last year he had 27 points. He was P13. Stroll was P10 with 74 points. That Williams is going to have some major improvement in order for Alex to crack the top 10.
It might happen.
We saw a lot of good development with Williams, especially throughout that last half of the season. So the way that James Vowles has talked about how he's developing the team and how it's like a long-term plan, and he didn't expect much from them last year, and he's expecting to start seeing those changes coming into effect this year. I'm very intrigued and excited to kind of see what happens.
They do also have more sponsorship money this year too, so that makes a difference.
Huge difference.
And what's your number 3?
My number 3 prediction?
Yeah. Did you already do number 3?
Yeah, it was Logan would get a contract extension.
Oh, yeah.
Liam Lawson, and then Alex.
Yeah. Okay.
They were spread out.
All right, let's do our last predictions of our Constructors Champion for the year and our World Drivers Champion for the year. Like, I have what I want my heart wants, but logically, Red Bull and Max. The regulations haven't changed, and just like their regulations in 2010 to 2014, Red Bull dominated then. Mercedes dominated when that regulation change again happened. Now Red Bull with this one. So if nothing's really changed, why would that change?
I put mine down as logically as well, because in my heart, I know what I want my top 3 to be, but I definitely think Max and Red Bull will probably get the win again this year. But I threw Charles and Lando in there in that order.
I'll take it. Emmy, we all know what you're going to say.
I mean, luckily my heart and my logic go together because, of course, Max. I'm manifesting that he's going to win all 24 races. I mean...
Boo! No!
Hey, that he's going to fight for them. I don't want it to be like 30 seconds ahead, but he's going to win.
Yeah,
but this year he's going to fight for him.
Vegas won.
See, that's the kind of things like I would like to have like an Abu Dhabi 21 every like race, you know, like he's fighting for it, but he's winning. So
how about no? How about Abu Dhabi 21 every year, and so then Max doesn't win every race because that's boring.
I'll keep them in 24.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's boring because the cameraman doesn't really focus on him in the race because of how far ahead he's
so far ahead.
Yeah,
I mean, last season
it's just boring once
take
we
Max
get to the podium.
out of it. P2 through 20 was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, Max was fantastic too. I mean, I got you.
Yeah.
Max,
look, I'm just gonna say something that I know I have my discussions with people about this, but it's like it's just his third. Well, this was his second season, like completely dominating. Because 2021, he won, but it wasn't like this. If he's winning all of them, I really don't care. But as long as he's winning the championship, I feel like I'm good. And that's for drivers. And then P2 and P3, I will say hopefully Oscar. P2, sorry Maria.
I mean,
and then Charles,
Oscar Orlando. Wow.
So Max, Oscar, Charles. That's logic. That's logic, but if it's like what I actually want, I would love to have like Fernando P2. So, and then Logan P3, you know, you never know.
Logan gets 1 point last year, and she's like, P3, let's go.
Yeah, World Drivers Champion.
He gets it.
So yeah, that's my predictions for drivers.
What about
I wanted to put
Red Bull. Red Bull P1. I would say McLaren P2, and then Ferrari or Mercedes P3. That one it's kind of like I would say that P3 will be like either one of them, but for sure Red Bull and McLaren.
I want to put Oscar down for my P3, but I feel like I'm gonna be switching up if I do that. But I will say I'm team McLaren, so I'm for both of them. So if either one gets in the top 3, I'd be very happy for it. Very sad for Lando if it's not him though.
We'll see what happens.
He already won something, a sprint, but he won. So
I know.
Has Lando
that
won?
as a win.
No, he has not.
Listen.
And has he had the opportunity? Multiple times.
Oh, yes.
He sure has. How many times has he bottled qualifying? That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, P1, Max, boring. P2, I'm torn on this one, but I'm going to go with what my heart wants because I want it at least Charles in P2. And P3, I'm going to go Lando.
Oh my
and then
God,
constructors. I think constructors probably be Red Bull. I'm going to go Ferrari, McLaren. I have more confidence in them than I actually think they will do. We'll see. Fingers crossed.
There's potential this year. I mean, there's potential every year, but their car looks really good this year.
All of these predictions are pre-testing, so these are just vibes and off of
pure vibes.
I definitely feel like we should do a
post-testing
prediction based off of what is seen and noted there. So compare our vibes versus eyeballs.
Yeah, but I feel like even then it's going to be like every year people are like going crazy, and then it's like it's just testing. Like even free practice, it's just free practice. So
I
I feel like
mean,
I might
testing we
keep this
knew.
what I have. So
But sometimes
Well, by
testing does tell you a lot. Like Williams
like
not
Red
showing
Bull
up with half of their car.
last year, everybody knew in testing last year Red Bull was a rocket ship. So
Everyone knew in testing last year Ferrari was a tractor.
yep.
I'm just
Poor
going to be
Ferrari.
there for the facial expressions of the drivers seeing the cars.
Mm-hmm. Charles gives away everything, so I want to see his face so bad. I need to see this.
So is the theory like he gives it away at the testing, or is it like the reveal of the car?
It's testing, because last year his face at testing was bad. It's bad.
So
He was
have
extra
a couple
frowny
days to
faces.
wait.
Yeah. And also his emojis on Instagram apparently give everything away too, and he did a heart this time, so we'll see. Who knows?
I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun year.
I think it'll be a fun year. It's going to be very chaotic because this silly season's going to be insane. And the dynamic
sure.
between Lewis and George and Charles and Carlos this year is going to be very interesting given the contract situation there. So
now, do you think this
we'll
year,
see.
because of the whole Lewis going to Ferrari, do you think they're going to make George their number one priority?
I don't know. I mean, like I could see it them prioritizing George this year purely because they're salty about Lewis leaving. So they're like, well, screw you. Like, we'll just prioritize George.
To win the championship and then leave.
I think that would be great. I'd be all for that. I think it'd be hilarious.
2024, the plot. Lewis Hamilton wins with Mercedes and then jumps ship to Ferrari.
Can you imagine Drive to Survive if that happened? They'd have to do like a 15-episode season of Drive to Survive if that happened.
Next season of Drive to Survive is going to be wild with everything that's happened so far this year.
Oh yeah.
This season's going to be great. I'm very excited for it.
Do y'all think that there's going to be a lot of contracts being said out loud during the summer break?
Yeah.
For next year?
Yeah.
I will say mainly of drivers that are staying and keeping their contract. Probably they will know by mid-season. Now, people
we're hoping for a complete upheaval. It's just going to be wild chaos.
Card shuffle.
Yes. It's going to be like Hulk to Mercedes or something crazy like that.
That would be amazing.
Insane. Maybe to like
Fernando
Williams.
to Haas.
Yeah.
Carlos, if you think about it, it would kind of be good to have like seasoned
Carlos and
drivers in those. Oh my gosh! Imagine though. Anyways,
sounds like a great lineup to me, guys.
Anyway, what are y'all's favorite?
There are some fresh faces coming in next year because with everything staying the same, there are only 20 spots, yes, but I feel like some of those spots are not undeserved, but I feel like they are more deserved by others.
Like
potentially
Lance Stroll's spot.
I think he has potential.
He's been in F1 for like 8 years. Okay, at some point, like the potential is no longer potential. You are what you are. Like
his first season,
his dad owns the team. Like he's good. He's not a bad driver, but like if his dad didn't own the team, would he keep his seat? Like he did good. Towards the end of the season, he was good. Like I'll give him that. He was good, but like he had. There was just so many weekends where he just, dude, what, do you care at all? Like, what are you doing?
Like, he did really well with his broken wrists at the beginning of the season, and then he did really well at the end of the season. But like that middle chunk, like when the Aston Martin did go backwards, like Fernando was able to keep it middle-ish enough, but Lance just went like full, like give up to the back of the grid pretty much.
I mean, there's that race where, who was it? He like pushed his trainer and all that. He just threw the steering wheel, just completely.
Yeah, it's a rough day, in the office for him.
Very. I don't know. I don't see like K-Mag. I don't think he's going to be on the grid next year. I doubt it.
I'm thinking like K-Mag and Hulk, but like who could replace them other than their...
I think one of them will stay, and then...
I think Hulk will stay. I don't see K-Mag staying, though. K-Mag has just been so bad. Hulk has shown he's at least able to be somewhat consistent in a decent car.
Is Ollie Berman a driver for Haas?
He's a Ferrari Academy, but Haas is like
reserve.
How Williams is to Mercedes.
So maybe
he could technically drive.
That would be cool.
I think it'd be nice if the older people would go away on the grid just for a little bit. I think it'd be fun just to see new faces in each seat.
Man, can you imagine Max driving for Haas? That would be amazing. Like just
that would be amazing. Yeah, just for the plot.
Yeah.
Just to see what he can do with that car.
I think he could probably do a lot with it.
I don't know. That car is so bad.
What are
They've
your
got
thoughts?
Haas on the grid still, but not Andretti. So
No,
that's
my
where we're at.
thoughts on Haas are that people they did start off well in their entry into F1, but they kind of tried to ride those coattails too long and then did not put enough into development. And if I were Gene Haas and the money that I was throwing at something wasn't doing anything, why would I keep doing that?
Sell the team to Andretti right now.
But I think they got an offer to sell the team and they say, like, no, we're not selling.
I wouldn't be surprised
what's the point?
if it did become Andretti Haas at some point before it became.
Gene, just go away. Like, we're done with you, Gene. Gunther's gone.
Gene.
Bye-bye.
So Gene has a NASCAR team with Tony Stewart Haas Racing, and that's not terrible either.
No, it's not. But its F1 team is.
If Haas partnered with Andretti as like Andretti Haas or something, I could see that working out. But I know Andretti wants their own team on the grid, and they want to add a team instead of, well, no one wants to sell. So I want it to be Andretti, but I would settle for Andretti Haas.
I just want Andretti on the grid because I think the whole F1 doubting what Andretti could bring to the sport just grinds my gears. Like, they're such a good name in the US. They've done everything. So it's time to give them a team on the grid and see what they can do.
I feel like with F1 and pretty much every other series, it's really hard to tell how a car and a team will do until it's like actually they're driving, because it's like it's all luck if they do get to understand the regulations and everything the way like Red Bull does it. So
well, and like it's one thing being good in a spec series, but it's also another thing being in a non-spec series. Like
true.
Yeah.
So
but they have they have a Formula E team, right? And then they have Extreme E, and then they have IndyCar.
So I'm looking into their website and it says they have IndyCar, IndyNext, Formula E, Extreme E, IMSA, Sport Cars, Supercopa, and Supercars.
they are looking into pursuing entry into NASCAR.
As they should. Go Andretti.
Teams.
I feel like we are pretty set on our predictions for this season. I know we say some things are going to be a little like, people are going to have things to say about what we're just saying. But I would say I'm excited. Like, I feel like this winter break, even though it wasn't as long as it usually is in my head, but it's still like almost 4 months of no F1. So I'm just excited to know that today that we're recording, like, testing is going to be next week. So hopefully we're going to be talking about that more in our next episode, or we'll see. But yeah, guys, anything else that you want to add? Any last minute thoughts about this
This is technically my first. Same. It's technically my first full F1 season because I came in a little bit into the season last year, so I'm excited to see it from start to finish, but it's gonna be fun.
It's fun to see people who are going through their first silly season and winter breaks and seeing how I hate it so much, just the waiting, but yeah,
I'm nervous.
Yeah,
it's fun. And I think like the best part about testing is that I don't know what you guys are expecting, but the most we get is like really bad quality pictures of the cars and just people saying like, look at this, and people trying to like zoom in and it's all blurry. Like, that's usually every like testing. That's what we get. But
I'm here for it. Let's go.
Yeah, looking forward to see those blurry pictures. But yeah, I think that's it for today. See you guys next week, and we're gonna be back with actual F1 next time. That's it.